Patrymau iaith diwrnod 6. Ardal Caernarfon. Canolradd. Day 6 Language Patterns. Rhif 1. Sy mewn cwestiynau. Sy in questions. Let's think about question words. Sit, lle and pryd are usually followed by mae. Sut mae'r tywydd? Lle mae'r car? Pryd mae'r cyfarfod? Be, beth, faint and pwy are usually followed by ydy. Be ydy dy enw di? Faint ydy'r bil? Pwy ydy'r tiwtor? Pwy ydy Edward? In the examples above, all of the words that follow ydy are definite or specific nouns. Your name, the bill, the tutor, Edward. These questions are about identification. The ydy works like an equals sign. Pwy equals a tutor. Edward equals a tutor. Faint equals a bill. Pimpint equals a bill. Now look at the following. Pwy sy'n diwtor? Who is a tutor? Indefinite or non-specific. If you are using an indefinite noun, use sy instead of ydy. Pwy sy'n talu? Who is paying? Be sy'n digwydd? What's happening? Pwy sy'n boeth? Who's hot? Faint sy'n y dosbarth? How many are in the class? Rhif 2. Sy am bwyslais. Sy for emphasis. A normal Welsh sentence starts with a verb. Mae Edward yn athro. For emphasis, we can, and often do, move the subject to the start of the sentence. In English, we just use intonation. Think of someone being very proud with the subject of their sentence as to where the emphasis goes. Athro ydy Edward. Edward's a teacher. Edward ydy'r athro. Edward's the teacher. The first word is the emphasised part. The ydy here works like an equal sign. This is an identification structure. Athro equals Edward. Edward equals yr athro. The words after the ydy are a specific person or thing. Edward, the teacher. If the second part is indirect or non-specific, use sy. Edward sy'n athro. Edward's a teacher. It is Edward who is a teacher. Also, if the emphatic sentence gives information, for example, a verb, adjective or preposition, we use sy. Edward sy'n gweithio yn yr ysgol. Edward works in the school. It is Edward who works in the school. Yr ysgol sy'n cau heddiw. The school is closing today. It is the school that is closing today. Auntie Blodwen sy'n y lolfa. Auntie Blodwen is in the lounge. It's Auntie Blodwen who is in the lounge. Rhif 3. Amseroedd eraill. Other tenses. Emphatic sentences are much easier in the past and future tense. For the past, use oedd. Brenin oedd Edward. Edward was a king. Edward oedd yn byw yn y castell. It was Edward who lived in the castle. For the future tense, use fydd. Mr. Jones fydd yn dod heddiw. It is Mr. Jones who will be coming today. Mrs. Jones fydd yn mynd adre. It is Mrs. Jones who will be going home. Rhif 4. Mai. Emphatic clauses. We know that bod can go after words to mean that. For example, dwi'n meddwl bod y castell yn hyfryd. I think that the castle is lovely. Here is a list of other verbs that can be followed by bod. Meddwl, gwybod, gobeithio, deud, siŵr, sicr, mae'n debyg, trist, illa, wrth gwrs, mae'n ddrwg gen i. In part 3, we looked at how we can move the subject, goddrych, to the front of the sentence for emphasis. Edward sy'n siarad. Emphasis on the fact that Edward is speaking rather than someone else. If there is no emphasis, then the statement would be mae Edward yn siarad. However, when we are being specific about whom it is that is speaking, we would say Edward sy'n siarad. Now we're going to add another clause putting dwi'n meddwl at the beginning. If the sentence you are creating is normal and the statement clause started with a verb, mae or oedd, then we use bod in the middle. Dwi'n meddwl bod Edward yn siarad. I think that Edward is speaking. Normal. However, if the statement clause is an emphatic clause, then you need to use mae in the middle. Dwi'n meddwl mae Edward sy'n siarad. I think that Edward is speaking. Emphatic. Here are some more examples. Dwi'n siŵr bod y castell yn hen iawn. Dwi'n credu mai Caernarfon ydy'r pella. Mae'n ddrwg gen i bod hi'n bwrw glaw. Wrth gwrs mae Nigel sy'n gyrru'r bws.